This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome to Thursday, and welcome to the Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice. Where do you have it repaired? Choose Capital Collision Center. Coming up today, talking baseball, Jon Burnett, Helena Senators coach, will join us, the defending State AA Legion champs. Get his thoughts on MHSA baseball coming to Montana. Also, facilities, umpires. Are there enough kids in the state, just in the city of Helena? Lots of questions, and Jon Burnett will answer some of those. Also, going to chat with Ty Ridgeway, East Helena boys basketball coach. They got a big game tonight, the Vigilantes do. My East Helena Vigilantes taking on Fairfield at home after the girls' game tonight. We were set to be joined by Jerome Sowers, scheduling issues, so we'll get a hold of Jerome Sowers hopefully next week, the new MSU Northern football coach. This opening segment of the Jason Walker Show brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes. And Montana Custom Log Homes is unbelievable. We talked about what they can do for you, 700 square feet up to 30,000 square feet. They can also, because they're a premier log home company in the industry, they do amazing stuff. Like, I don't know if it's going to, where are we at here? Look at this. This was in the Bahamas. It's called Captain Jack's Winghouse on Coco Cay in the Bahamas. Non-Nagon structure, two-tiered roof spanning 60 feet in diameter and built to withstand 180 mile per hour hurricane winds. That is in the Bahamas, and it's part of the one of the stops on the Royal Caribbean cruise lines. So I'm telling you, they can do it all. From a 700 square foot home, 30,000 plus square foot log home, vacation home, whatever you need. Go to Montana Custom Log Homes. Check them out, yourcustomlog.com. You can watch the show on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, JasonWalkerShow.com. Our Twitter handle, @JWalkerSports. Our phone number, 406-209-1267, if you'd like to weigh in on anything. And that includes, I put some up on Facebook and Twitter today. Where's it at? Let me get to it here. This. So, which house would you live in? 1980s edition. Which house would you live in? House 1, you got bands like The Cure, Depeche Mode, The Police, Eurythmics, The Smiths. House 2, we've seen these things around. Which table would you sit at or whatnot? But this is 1980s bands. Which house would you sit at? Blondie, Talking Heads, Joan Jett, The Cars, B-52s, The Go-Go's in House 2. In House 3, it's a lot of rap. Run DMC, Beastie Boys, NWA, to name a couple. House 4, Prince, Madonna, Duran Duran, Wham! Culture Club, Pet Shop Boys. A lot of people picking House 5 so far. Guns N' Roses, Journey, Queen, Bon Jovi, Van Halen, and Billy Idol. Man, that's a powerhouse house. House 6 includes Hall & Oates, Phil Collins, Billy Joel, Toto. House 7, Michael Jackson, Rick James, a little bit of The Groove. Cameo, New Edition. House 8, The Clash, Dead Kennedys, Misfits. House 9, Kraftwerk, Grace Jones, Sista Sledge, Lisa. So we put it up, but you can weigh in. @JWalkerSports on the Twitter. Which house would you live in? Also, 1980s edition. You can call us 406-209-1267. Which house would you choose? It's kind of interesting, and it's kind of a cool way to end the work, wind down the week, right? Yeah, just have some fun. Just have some fun. Also, before we hear from Jon Burnett, I wanted to get to this as well. Cola Bad Bear, unbelievable basketball talent, plays at Montana State. She's had a breakout year for the Bobcats. Obviously, the missing and murdered Indigenous women is big to her and to her heart. And Bobcat women play at home tonight against NAU. They're taking on Northern Arizona on Saturday night, and Cola's got a message. And I thought it was pretty important that we check it out.
Hey Bobcat fans, it's Cola Bad Bear here with MSU women's basketball team. Just want to let you know about the game on Saturday against Portland State. Come out and honor our No More Stolen Sisters game we have going on. Wear red and come show your support for the missing and murdered Indigenous women here in Montana. And just wanted to let you know, today, 2 years ago, Selena Not Afraid was found on my reservation, and just wanted to remember her today and show justice for her on Saturday and show up and wear red.
So Saturday afternoon rather, in Bozeman.
Hey Bobcat fans, it's Cola Bad Bear here with.
There we go. It's wear red to Bobcat basketball at 2 p.m. for the women. Cola with a great message. And put up the can we put up the graphic here? Maybe.
Red.
There we go. We're red. No more stolen sisters. And
hey Bobcat fans, it's Cola Bad Bear here with MSU.
So we've heard it, and I just thought we needed to share that. So thank you, Cola, and Montana State Bobcats women's basketball and athletics for getting that out. Another thing that we wanted to talk about again. And we'll continue to hit on this, the fundraiser for Luke Denherter, Capital Bruin, Carroll College Saint, battling cancer now for the 4th time. And he's got a fiance and her kids, a family now. And you can go check out Luke's page for GoFundMe on our website, not our website, I'm sorry, our Facebook page and the Jason Walker Show, also my personal Facebook page. But GoFundMe, help out Luke and his family as he battles cancer for the 4th time. He's beaten it 3 times. Dude's badass, and I mean that. We love Luke, and we hope the best, and we'll do whatever we can to help out. So if you get a chance to help Luke out and his family, please do. On this day in history coming up, we're going to talk hoops with Ty Ridgeway as well. And much more still to come here on the Jason Walker Show. But baseball was added. Became an official sanctioned MHSA event. Now it's up to each specific school district to define and school to see which ones are going to add baseball as a sport. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that needs to get done before you can even think about taking the field. Well, one of those questions is, where are the fields? And maybe to answer that and a lot more, umpires, is there enough players in Helena, for instance, to field 2 teams instead of just a Legion team? As the head coach of the defending AA Legion champs, Jon Burnett, the Helena Senators, he joins us now here on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Well, first off, Coach, it's been a long time since I chatted, but Happy New Year and all that fun stuff. How is the state champion coach feeling as you head into 2022?
I'm busy. You know, we just started our workouts this week with the team. We're going 7th graders through 12th graders, working out 6 times a week, kind of split up. But yeah, it's been a busy time for sure.
Plus, you also coach basketball too, right?
Yeah, I got done with the state championship and had a week off, and then went to small fry, and from there I coach up at the middle school up in Montana City for girls and boys basketball. So yep, been busy.
Are you a better basketball coach or baseball coach?
Definitely baseball. I kind of I'm one of those that, like, you know, if you show confidence to the team, they think you know what you're talking about in basketball. So. Yes. Yeah, that's my approach with basketball.
I like it. Jon Burnett joining us, Helena Senators coach. Speaking of the Senators, Baseball added as a MHSA sport at the meetings on Monday. It starts supposedly next year. They're hoping to get started the 2022-2023 season. It looks like it's going to be in the spring, obviously. So how's that going to affect Legion baseball? Well, first off, give me your thoughts on baseball as a high school sport in Montana, and then we'll go from there.
It's one of those things where I think high school baseball would be awesome. The time of year that we're going to be playing it here in Montana, we play games, late April and all that, and sometimes they're just miserable with the weather. And that's my major concern is just safety with the kids. We're coming right out of winter, frost still on the ground's still frozen. I'm a little concerned with that. Nobody's really going to enjoy a night game when it's 30 degrees with a 10-mile-per-hour wind, but it is what it is, and if that's what needs to be done, then the kids will work through it. Oh, you've played in cold nights before, cold days in Montana. April, May, it doesn't matter what time of the year it is. Yeah, no, there's still games that I remember that were just miserable. I remember we were up in Kalispell early May, and I think it was 32 degrees, and the wind was blowing like crazy, and I had kids tell me they didn't want to make contact because it hurt their hands too bad. Even if you hit the sweet spot, it still hurts. Oh yeah. So the weather's not great, but it is what it is, and more baseball. It's something that we're excited about, and we're going to try to help out any way we can to get it off the ground and make sure that it goes well at kind of as soon as they can get it rolling. Well, I know MHSA wants to reach out, has to reach out to all the Legion teams across the state to figure out, and Legion statewide to figure out scheduling and all of this. I have a couple of concerns, and I was wondering if you could answer them. All right, so first off, facilities. I know the city runs Kendrick. You guys have the lease to Kendrick with the Legion baseball team. Would high school baseball play at Kendrick or somewhere else, do you think? That's something that's still up in the air. Honestly, I can't see where else they would play. That's the only suitable location for a varsity sport that we have in this town right now. And then you're talking about JV freshman teams as well, so they're going to have to use the Babe Ruth fields. They'd have to rent those from the county, Babe Ruth. So, yeah, one of my major concerns is facilities. But yeah, Kendrick is really our only answer here in this town. Secondly is, we've seen the numbers, and I use Great Falls as an example for the last couple of years, but, they used to have a couple of Legion teams. Now it's just the one, and I think they had 26 kids or something out for everything a year or two ago. Numbers-wise, can Helena sustain 2 varsity teams, plus East Helena now, if they had baseball too? And again, it's up to each individual district, but there's 3 baseball teams right there that basically fill up 3 Legion teams. So is there enough kids to compete at a Capital and a Helena High and an East Helena as opposed to 1 Legion team? Yeah, that's a great question. So baseball in Helena, and I can mainly speak for Helena. I can't speak for the other communities, but it's extremely strong right now. Okay. Based kind of through our work and our partnerships with Babe Ruth, we're getting 75 to 80 kids trying out for Legion every year. I know the numbers down at Babe Ruth baseball continue to grow. So, it would provide more opportunities, or it will provide more opportunities for kids to play. Kind of the concern always is what's it going to do to track, those other spring sports. So it's just something that as a Legion program, we've got to try to make sure that we kind of keep the baseball community strong in Helena. So that's why we're willing to help out any way we can to really make sure this gets going in the correct way and a start that's very successful. How will was my next question? Facilities, players, is there enough? The scheduling. Obviously,
you can't run a high school season during the Legion season. So does the Legion season get cut back as far as games? Instead of playing 80 games, are you only going to play 40?
Yeah, I mean, that right there is the very first thing you look at. That's the immediate impact that you see. So I don't know the ins and outs of what they're planning for high school. I really don't think anybody does right now. But yeah, just right off the bat, our preseason schedule would have to be cut down, right, for sure at the Legion level. So you know, I kind of look at the states close to us, like Idaho, and how they do things, because I think that would kind of be the blueprint. So really, the high schools kind of, you know, they're rolling during the spring, and as soon as that, you know, their state tournaments are over, they move right into Legion baseball. So if that was the case, we'd be looking somewhere around the end of May would be when we'd have to get going with Legion. So yeah, I mean, that's the immediate impact. We'd probably lose, I don't know, roughly 15 to 20 games off the Legion schedule.
Okay, that's that's a lot. But if those kids are playing baseball, I guess does it really matter then?
Yeah, I mean, that's the big question. I mean, obviously I think that we feel that the Legion baseball community feels that we have a good thing going right now. So anytime there's a change, there's kind of questions, and people are kind of concerned with how things are going to go. But yeah, I think there's a way that we could work together to make sure that the transition from high school to Legion is as seamless as possible, and we keep our Legion tradition and everything we've done, kind of keep it rolling the same way with just some minor changes.
Well, and I mean, to play devil's advocate here, as far as the MHSA and Legion are concerned, you guys lose a lot of those games in end of April, early part of May because of weather. So you're not schedule-wise, you're going to lose some games, but really, will we? I mean, I know we will. Does that make any sense? What I'm trying to say?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's something that every year there are. You know, you'll lose a weekend set. You know, where when it snows 3 or 4 inches, and you might lose two or three games that weekend. So yeah, I mean, there is that, but I can say I've kind of looked at the schedules, and I think 15 is probably a pretty good estimate for what we lose. So yeah, I mean, I get it, and that kind of leads into one of my other concerns, Jason, is with those weather, you know, rain outs, snow outs, whatever you want to call them. I'm concerned with how condensed the high school schedule is going to get, because you know, they're going to have to slam those games into the end of the season to get them in before state, those conference games. So I just want to make sure that it's done right from a safety standpoint. You know, when we're looking at pitchers, you know, with their pitch limits, I don't want to ruin a kid's arm just because they're trying to, you know, pitch every inning they can possibly pitch leading into the state tournament for baseball, you know, for high school.
Sure. Helena Senators coach Jon Burnett joining us, Jason Walker Show. And that brings up a great point, too, because, you know, softball, those pitchers can go out and chuck 170 pitches back-to-back games in the same day because of the rotation of the arm, and it's all based in the genetics. People aren't meant to throw overhand the way we do in baseball, or the way players do in baseball, or even football, because of the rotator cuff and all the injuries in there. It's easier to throw underhand, and I'm not taking away from the sport of softball at all. Fast pitch, it's a great sport, but it's just, it's physically better at softball than it is for baseball. Will there be pitch counts in high school? Are there pitch counts in high school baseball if you look at Idaho? I don't know. And then, you know, will that affect, if a guy pitches in the state tournament, say the end of May, and you go to a tournament to start the next week, can a kid pitch within 2 days of that? Or, you know, I think that brings up a lot of good points, is not just the safety of players, but pitch counts and health and everything that goes into everything with this as well. And I want more baseball.
Yeah, no, and yeah, that's something that needs to be considered. That you know, I've already kind of had a quick phone call with Tim McMahon and just brought up a couple of those points. So hopefully, you know, at the state level, when they do set those pitch counts and that sort of thing, hopefully they do find some baseball people to talk with, because I think we can provide some good input. But yeah, I mean, it's just player safety is, kind of one of the most important things. So yeah, I mean, if a kid goes out and throws at the state tournament, and then they move into Legion, we're going to treat it just like, even though there won't be anything that says, we can pitch them right away based on regulations or whatever, we're going to treat those players like, give them the appropriate rest and let them build that arm strength back up. So yeah, that's something to look for sure.
Couple final quick ones for you. Umpires is another situation. I mean, we're under the limit as far as officials in all sports in the state of Montana and nationwide. We're at an official shortage. Where do we find umpires now for baseball?
Yeah, not sure. Another great question. We have a pretty good pool here in Helena. Guys that know the sport and do a great job. So, I'm not sure if they're doing high school softball as well, but the guys we use for Legion, I think would be great for high school. So I haven't talked with any of them, but I'm sure they're, checking in and paying attention. So I'm sure they get whatever certifications they need. So hopefully it wouldn't be a huge problem here in town, but it may be throughout the state.
Well, I think it's a great thing because, I've heard for 30 plus years, going back to when I played Legion ball in Bozeman, if we had a high school baseball season, we'd get more kids off to college, and you never know what happens after that. We've had pretty good success with kids going off to college and playing collegiately and being standouts. But when you go from let's say a 25 game baseball schedule in high school to a 60 then Legion games where you're still going to play 80 games or so, I think it helps the state of Montana as a whole. I just hope that they can do this the right way and not make it, a cluster and make it a bad thing instead of a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's one of those things where hopefully, towns aren't rushing into it. I know here in our town, they're going to have some good conversations at the district level and kind of figure out how they can move forward. But yeah, I'd hate to see it rushed into and then, kind of the final product not be what it could be. So like you said, more baseball is great. And we're excited to help out, as a Legion program any way we can.
Are you going to go for one of the coaching jobs in high school?
My passion is coaching. So
yes,
if there's an opportunity available, then I might just throw my hat in the ring, but we'll see how it all shakes out.
Well, Coach, appreciate the time. I know you got to run off to basketball now, but hey, I look forward to talking Senators baseball when we get to the season and the lead up to it. But you guys are defending a state championship, so I mean, we got a lot to talk about, and you got a lot of good kids coming back too.
Oh yeah, we're excited about those returning kids, but I tell you what, some of those the names you haven't heard yet, the freshmen, sophomores, I think they're going to get a chance this year to play a little varsity level, and you're going to see some very, very good baseball players. We're excited about the future for sure.
All right, Coach, enjoy basketball and enjoy the off-season workouts, and we'll chat soon.
Sounds good. Thank you, Jason.
That is Jon Burnett, Helena Senators coach, joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All of our guests appear via the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It is not just a bundle. It is your home, it's your auto, it's your life. And Mike understands that. Get a hold of Mike today at Mike Miller State Farm in Helena. So some of the questions answered. It'll be interesting to see where baseball and MHSA and Legion, how they coexist and make this happen. I think it's a great thing, and I just want it done the right way. So there you go. All right, we put this up earlier, but which house are you going to live in? Where's it at? There you go. You've got the House 1, 1980s edition bands. Includes The Cure, Depeche Mode, The Police, The Eurythmics. House 2, a couple of them, Blondie, Talking Heads, Joan Jett, The Cars, The Go-Go's. House 3, Run DMC, Beastie Boys, NWA. House 4, Prince, Madonna, Duran Duran, Wham, amongst those. House 5 is picked up some big votes. GNR, Journey, Queen, Bon Jovi, Van Halen, Billy Idol. That's a great house. House 6, you got Hall & Oates, Phil Collins, Billy Joel, Toto, Steve Winwood, Sade. House 7, Michael Jackson. Rick James, The Gap Band, New Edition, Shaka Khan. House 8, The Clash, Minor Threat, Bad Brains, Dead Kennedys. House 9, Grace Jones, Sister Sledge, Kraftwerk, amongst the others. So which house do you choose? At Jay Walker Sports on the Twitter. You can call in or text to 406-209-1267. Somebody said 1, 2, and 5. Can't do just one. I think it was Barry. Is that his name? Or Marty. Marty said that. 1, 2, or 5. Man, one for sure. 5 is great. I'll give you mine coming up a little bit later on, which house I would choose to hang out in. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, and when we do, we'll check in basketball-wise. Ty Ridgeway from the East Helena Vigilantes joins us next. Jason Walker Show. This opening segment brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes. Check them out, yourcustomlog.com. Milled division, handcraft, and timber frame. Did I get that right? Can I read? Yes. Milled, handcrafted, and timber frame. 3 distinct divisions. Unbelievable product. Check them out, yourcustomlog.com. Coming right back. Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle, and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting, as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Listen to The Jason Walker Show anytime and anywhere. Download The Jason Walker Show on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you enjoy podcasts.
Or you can just go to our website, jasonwalkershow.com. We're also on Verbal, Rumble, working on getting on Getter, I believe, Spotify. Just, we're everywhere. But if you're in a hurry, go to jasonwalkershow.com and check it out. YouTube, we're everywhere. It's awesome. This segment of the Jason Walker Show brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn. Helena. Got basketball tonight in the Valley. Got Crosstown Girls, Helena High at Capital. You also have East Helena boys and girls taking on Fairfield in cross-division matchup, non-conference Class B, Class A. Fairfield out of the Class B. Girls have been dominant forever. The boys are pretty good in everything, so are the girls. East Helena wants to get to that level. And joining us now to talk about a tough loss on Tuesday and the game tonight against the Eagles of Fairfield is the East Helena boys coach of my East Helena Vigilantes, Ty Ridgeway. Joins us now on Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. 2-1. All right, Coach. Happy New Year, all that fun stuff. I haven't talked to you for a while, and like you said when you answered the phone, my long-lost friend, I missed you. I had other things going on. How are you?
You're a busy man, Jason. Thank you. I'm good. It's we're having fun and just grinding away and trying to get better. So,
how much time did you give the boys off during Christmas break?
I gave them 6 days.
Okay.
6 days off, and we came back and we're supposed to go to Corvallis and ended up playing Dillon first game back, which
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, yep. And they were obviously a load, and we didn't take care of the ball very well, and we played them, just our Achilles heel right now since Christmas break has been putting the ball in the hole and just little things, turnovers, and we need to iron those out, and kids they're staying positive and they're still working hard, and we're in most of the games, and it's just finishing. So
Tuesday night, Stevensville, you got an 11-2 lead. What happened?
We actually had a 19-4 lead, I think, at one point. And
I was trying not to be even worse, but geez, come on, Coach. I was
we just, we played real hard. We came out aggressive, like we're supposed to do the first quarter, and we're just having a hard time sustaining or just keeping that consistent for 4 quarters, and we beat them at their place by 20, and I said, that they're going to come in here. They have nothing to lose, and they turned it on the second half, and they hit some shots. We hit 3 baskets in the second half, and that's not gonna do it, And our turnover ratio was good. We only had 12 turnovers, and we out rebounded them, and it's just putting the ball in the basket. And when your leading scorer only has 3 points, and it's 3 free throws, and that's it. And he's struggling from the field. It's tough. So, and our point guard struggled a little bit from outside the second half too. We just got to give up good shots to get better shots. So.
Well, and it's one of those deals too, and you as a basketball player know this, or any sports person, it goes through streaks. If you don't believe, if you're in a slump and you don't believe you can get out of it, then you're going to stay in it, as opposed to, shooting your way out at some point, and you just have to keep firing away. I mean, it's going to change at some point, and then everything goes in. It's like you can't miss.
Right, and that's what that's what we stress to the boys each game. Basketball is a game of runs. They may make a run. We've got to make a run also, and we just never did make a run in the second half, and let them kind of creep back in. And I tell the kids, I'm like, if you're a shooter and you know who you are, you know who our shooters are. You just got to shoot the ball. You can't think about it. Shooters have no conscience. They just got to shoot it, and we've got to do a better job attacking the basket, getting to the free throw line. We're not getting to the free throw line very much, so that's another thing too we have to do better at.
Is that coaching? Is that philosophy? Is that how do you change that? Is that just the way you're attacking?
Yeah, it's just we work on it in practice. We work on some finishing drills and attacking the basket, and right now we're settling for threes, and we're not a very good 3-point shooting team right now. We've got the shooters, but right now we're not knocking those down. That first quarter we hit 5 threes, I think, right off the bat, and just got cold.
Yep.
So which we can't do. We got to keep plugging away. Yeah.
It is basketball. It is a frustrating game at times. It's just like golf.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
East Helena boys coach Ty Ridgeway joining us here, Jason Walker Show. All right, you got Fairfield tonight, a non-conference affair. The boys not as much of a powerhouse over the years as the girls have been, but it's still a Class B team coming to your place, and it's an exciting game. What do you hope to get out of tonight?
I'm hoping that we put the last game, the Stevensville game, behind us, and I think the boys, I've seen them today at school, and they're excited, which is good. Fairfield's a team that is very well coached. They're very fundamental. They can shoot the ball. They're not very big. I think the tallest kid's 6'3", but they're strong. These kids are strong farm kids, and that's all they do. That's all they know is basketball and sports. So, we've got to be ready for that. We've got to be physical with them and execute and play aggressive and take care of the basketball.
Here's the good thing. You're not playing them in football, so that definitely helps.
Right.
That's where they're powerhouse.
Yeah. Well, in basketball, too. I mean, they're up there they're usually in the top 10 every year, make the state every year. So it's, we played Three Forks last week. They're a number 2 team in the state. We played, Fairfield. These are good non-conference, Class B schools that we're playing, and it's good for us.
It definitely is. And, you hear college coaches talking about that all the time. Rochelle Sayers, Kurt Paulson, Danny Sprinkle, Trish Binford. They play tough non-conference games to get you ready for conference play, and that's what you're doing, and I think it's awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's a little different in high school, but similar thought.
Yep, exactly. And then it's a busy week. We had Stevensville Tuesday, got Fairfield tonight. We play Conference Frenchtown tomorrow night, and it's not an easy road. Then we go to Corvallis on Monday, so it's not a lot of rest right now. We're just playing a lot of basketball, which is good. It's fun, but also good to have those practices in too. So.
I've asked coaches about this over the years. When you have a schedule like that, where you're playing 5 games in 7 days or whatever it is, or 4 games in 7 days, but you don't get that time to practice. But is it almost okay because you can't replicate game speed in practice, Coach? You just have to go out and play. And is this almost better for the Vigilantes to get out and just play basketball, play games, instead of being harped at or working on things in practice? Go work it out in a game. Yeah,
exactly. And, we had a really light practice yesterday. We did a lot of shooting. And just, the kids were tired. And just ironed out some things that we need to do against Fairfield. And, that was pretty much it. It was about an hour and 15-minute practice. And, and we don't want to get these kids, we want to keep them fresh and for marathon weeks like this. But you're right. I mean, there's not much else you can do right now. We just got to play our game and be consistent and play 4 quarters.
Well, make some shots so I can wear my Vigilante shirt again.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope we can put it in the bucket tonight. So
it's a tough get, but I mean, anytime you just play is just, it's better.
Right.
You can like I said, you can get harped on in practice. You can do lines. You can take it light. You can make it heavy. There's no fix for practice, but just getting out and playing games, especially with these kids, it's their first varsity year. I mean, they've got to take their lumps and ride the highs when they can, right?
Yeah. When I've never seen these kids. They were pretty deflated after Tuesday. After the game in the locker room, they were they were energized before the game. They were pumped up. They thought this was a game that we should have since we beat them by 20 there. But that's basketball. 24 hours later, they're back to being kids again and ready to go for the next game. So, which is good. Their positive attitudes there and their work ethics there. And, I got to keep telling myself, these kids are only juniors and, we're starting to sophomore And this is a learning year for us, and we're going to take a lot of bumps and bruises, and we just got to learn from our mistakes, and so we are ready, especially for next year, when these kids are seniors. So.
Yep. How many varsity wins do you have as a head coach?
Right now we are 2-8.
Okay, so you're 608 wins away from Steve Keller high school career.
Yeah, I know. and he's still young. So.
Well, I said Steve, not Wes. Or Josh. That's funny. No, great coach.
It's a great honor for Steve, and I'm happy for him, and that's pretty impressive.
I mean, can you imagine 610 high school wins and then 300 college wins? It means you've just been around forever.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got some work to do there.
I do, and I'm still 30 years old, so.
Well, you can't get to 10 if you don't get that first one, and you got the first 2 out of the way. So,
right.
Let's focus on win 3 tonight, shall we?
We shall. Yep, we're ready to go. I feel good about tonight. So.
All right. Hey, put a bug in Bender's ear, because I'd like to talk girls basketball with my vigilantes, but he won't even.
I will do that.
Coach doesn't even respond to a text message. Like, what is this?
Oh, yeah, he's all over the place right now. So but I'll put a bug in his ear and maybe wrestle him for it or something, or
Because I wouldn't mind talking girls hoops. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
So, all right, get the win tonight.
No, for sure.
Let's talk next week. We'll recap the weekend and go from there. But appreciate you joining us.
Sounds good, Jason. I'm glad you're back. I hope you get better and with cold and.
Thank you.
And stay out of trouble.
Well, that I always do. I can't get in trouble because I'm, everybody knows who I am now. So, good luck.
Thanks, Jason. I appreciate it.
It's Ty Ridgeway joining us, the East Helena boys coach, and my Vigilantes. A big game tonight as they take on Fairfield. All right, quick break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up the show. Final call for phone calls, 406-209-1267, or text, which house would you prefer to live in? 80s edition. You can check it out on our Facebook or our Twitter page. You've got like houses like The Cure, Depeche Mode, Joan Jett, Run DMC, Beastie Boys. Would you rather be with Prince and Duran Duran, or the rock one with GNR, Journey, Queen, Bon Jovi, etc., etc.? Hall & Oates, Phil Collins, Billy Joel. Good choices. I'll reveal my house when we come back. Also on this day in history and much more coming up. Jason Walker Show. This segment brought to you by Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Ruckers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Ruckers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
This is the Jason Walker Show.
Jason Walker Show, final segment on a Thursday. Not here tomorrow, back Monday, of course. Looking forward to talking the weekend recap. Auto Concepts Performance of the Week coming up Monday as well. Saw some great performances already, and we'll see even more coming up this weekend. No doubt about that. Let's see. What else did we want to hit on before we... All right, so we've been talking a lot about this so far today. But which house would you choose to be in? 1980s edition. So this is 1980s bands. And you've seen these around. Like, which table would you sit at with certain athletes or whatnot? But which house would you live in? So you've got House 1, The Cure, Depeche Mode, including The Police, Eurythmics, Smiths, New Order. Good, kind of that emo music a little bit. I mean, The Cure was great. Depeche Mode, People Are People. House 2, Blondie, Talking Heads were okay. Joan Jett, yes. The Cars, Rick Ocasek. B-52s, not a fan of B-52s, but love me some Go-Go's. House 3, kind of the rap version. Run DMC, Beastie Boys, NWA, Houdini, Slick Rick. Good stuff. House 4, Prince, Madonna, Duran Duran, Wham, Culture Club, and Pet Shop Boys. I mean, that's a pretty good list right there, right? House 5, Guns N' Roses, Journey, Queen, Bon Jovi, Van Halen, and Billy Idol. So think about House 5. Axl Rose, Steve Perry, Freddie Mercury, John Bon Jovi. Is it Van Halen, Sammy Hagar, or David Lee Roth, or does it matter? And then Billy Idol. That's a good one. You got House 6, Hall & Oates, Phil Collins, Sade, Billy Joel, Toto, Steve Winwood. Kind of your smooth pop rock. House 7, The Groove, Michael Jackson, Rick James, Gap Band, New Edition, Cameo, Chaka Khan. House 8, The Clash, unbelievable. Then you got Minor Threat, Bad Brains, Dead Kennedys, Black Flag, and Misfits. And then House 9, Kraftwerk, Inner City, Grace Jones, Giorgio Moroder, Sister Sledge, and Lisa Lisa. So we had a lot of votes for GNR, or for House 5 with The Rock. House 1 got some, House 2 got some, House 8 got some. Our good buddy Mike chose House 8, which is The Clash. But yeah, a lot of House 5. All right, so here's my pick. You ready for this? I love me House 5. I really do. And each house has its own great, artist. I like, The Cure, Depeche Mode, good stuff. Police, good stuff. But I don't like the Eurythmics. I couldn't be in House 1. House 2, like Joan Jett, love the Go-Go's, but ruin it with B-52s and Blondie. House 3 is good. Beastie Boys, Run DMC, I could go there. House 6, like me some slow stuff, Hall & Oates. Your Kiss is on my list. Phil Collins. I mean, come on, In the Air Tonight. Is there a better drum hit right there? Billy Joel's classic. Couldn't do House 9. Couldn't do House 8. I don't think I could do House 7. I like me some Michael Jackson, Rick James. I mean, the Gap Band is fantastic. But so it's between 4 and 5 for me. Rock or pop is basically what it comes down to, right? Rock or pop. Man, it's a tough choice. But you've got, let's weigh it. You got Guns N' Roses, Journey, Queen, Bon Jovi, Van Halen, Billy Idol, all masters. House 4, Prince, Madonna, Duran Duran, Wham, Culture Club, Pet Shop Boys, But based off of just pure, oh man, I can't even say pure talent. I'd have to go House 4. I mean, When Doves Cry by Prince is one of the greatest songs ever recorded. The Purple Rain soundtrack, anything Prince did was unbelievable. And then, of course, you got, Duran Duran. I joke, but the greatest rock band of all time, right? Simon Le Bon, greatest frontman of any band ever. George Michael. I mean, Jake Rendina, Glacier, loves himself some Wham and Careless Whisper. Culture Club. One-hit wonders, basically. Had a couple of songs, I guess. Pet Shop Boys, West End Girls. Madonna, come on. 80s Madonna, unbelievable. And that's all we're asking is about the 80s. I mean, Prince in the 80s, solid. Oh. But Duran Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf, New Moon on Monday. I got to choose House 4 over House 5. It's close, but I'm taking House 4 over House 5. There you go. Just saying. You can get your votes in. Let me know what you think on the Twitter, @JWalkerSports. Call or text 406-209-1267. We'll keep it up all weekend. Good stuff, though. 80s music is the best. Like everybody talks about 70s being the best decade of music, but 80s is it. 80s is it. 80s is it by far. It's not a comparison. When you talk about pop, rock, rap in the 80s, and then you throw in the 80s country, come on, George, Reba, the Judds, Hank Jr., Randy Travis, Keith Whitley, and then, of course, the class of 89 in country, Clint Black, Travis Tritt, Brooks and Dunn, Alan Jackson, Garth. Come on. 80s is the best music. 90s country was great, but 80s overall, the best decade of music. Just my thoughts. You can weigh in anytime on yours. Anytime. Would love to hear from you. Let's see here. What else did we see before we get on out of here? Before we get to On This Day in History, there was there's some X Games going. Do we still care about the X Games? You got 3 Montanans competing this week with ties. Maggie Voisin of Whitefish. She'll be in women's Big Air Friday, tomorrow at 12:30 at noon, or 12:30 p.m., and then Saturday, 10:30 a.m. in ski slopestyle. She's the only American to win X Games gold in ski slopestyle. She's got 7 career X Games medals. Let's see, Missoula's Quinn Wolferman and Helena's Connor Ralph in the ski knuckle huck. I covered the X Games one time. It was fun. I got to interview, her name was not Lindsey Vaughn at the time. It was Lindsay Kildow. But I talked to Lindsey Vaughn, got to interview her. That was fun. That was also the same day I got to interview Bo Derek. So, tough job sometimes. That was back in, 2005? Yeah, that was the same year I interviewed Danica Patrick, too. So, when I was at the TV station in Colorado. Good stuff. All right, let's do On This Day in History. It is brought to you by Pinkerton Leather Company. And Casey Pinkerton, a Montanan, born and bred, living in Wyoming now. But combat veteran owned and operated. And it's all about American leather. Everything is made with American leather. In America, by the way, in Wyoming. You get wallets. You can get custom saddles, purses, anything leather you can imagine. Casey will do it. All the products built to last. Find them on Facebook, Pinkerton Co., and then check out pinkertonleather.com. If you use the keyword discount code MTSports10, you'll get a 10% discount at checkout. pinkertonleather.com. It is January the 20th. It is Get to Know Your Customers Day. It is National Butter Crunch Day, Cheese Lovers Day, and Disc Jockey Day. I got my start in radio on January the 21st, 1994. That was the first day I worked at a radio station in Billings. Jim Diamond, otherwise known as Big Cat Daddy, you may have heard of him. Great guy. Hired me with my first job at Cat Country in Billings. And I'll never forget Big Jim. Jumpin' Jim Diamond. National Disc Jockey Day today. I miss those days of radio. Those days in the mid-'90s and early 2000s were so much fun. Everything wasn't computerized. You had live DJs. It was a blast. I got into radio when radio was kind of on the downturn of being super fun, as far as being a disc jockey. So, good stuff. This date, 1947, Josh Gibson died, the Negro League slugger. He had a brain tumor. He was 35. 1952, George Mikan, the NBA's first real superstar, scored a career-high 61 points. 1968, we talked about, was it yesterday? UCLA lost a 88-game win streak. They lost a 47-game win streak on this date, 1968, losing to Houston in what they called basketball's game of the century in 1968. 1980, Jimmy Carter announced the U.S. boycott of the Olympics in Moscow. How will we send Americans to the Olympics in China, in Beijing? Will it happen? Also on this date, 1980, at the Super Bowl, is that 14? Pittsburgh Steelers beat the LA Rams 31-19. In 1985, Super Bowl, Joe Montana and the San Francisco 49ers beat the Dolphins in Super Bowl 19, 38-16. 1989, Mario Lemieux becomes just the second player in NHL history to score 50 goals in less than 50 games. It took him 44. Let's see. 1982, maybe this is where COVID came from. Heavy metal musician Ozzy Osbourne bites the head off a bat on stage in Des Moines, Iowa. Is that the birth of COVID? Johnny Weissmuller died. Tarzan, great swimmer. 1984, he won Olympic gold. He won 5 Olympic gold between 1924 and 1928. He was 79 when he passed away. Happy birthday, David Lynch, actor and director. Dune, I believe Twin Peaks as well. David Lynch was born in Missoula. And on this date, 1943, in Lead, South Dakota, it was 52 degrees. A mile and a half away in Deadwood, South Dakota, it was 16 below. Right? We'll have more on it's cold in a second. 1945, FDR sworn in for an unprecedented and thankfully never to repeated fourth term as U.S. president. On this date, 1954, Rogers Pass, Montana, it was 70 below. U.S. Lower 48, although it's not really lower because Hawaii's not low. The contiguous, is that what it's called? The 48, the coldest temp ever. 70 below, Rogers Pass, Montana. Do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. Stop in for po' boys. You can stop in for etouffee. You can stop in for pastas. Pasta Zydeco is so good. So good. If you want Cajun food, nobody does it better than Cafe Zydeco. Had a great week. Guy Almquist, Ben Dudek, Katie Garson-Forber, Brandon Day, Ty Ridgeway, Steve Keller, Alex Eshelman, Jon Burnett, and much more. Had so much fun this week. We're going to do it again Monday at 4 o'clock. If you missed anything, go to jasonwalkershow.com anytime to check out any of our previous shows. A year ago today, the world changed for the worst. because some jackwagon sworn in as president. Illegitimately. But I digress. Anyway, you got a lot of basketball this weekend. Good luck to all the teams involved. Wrestling as well, swimming as well. College, high school, everybody have fun and have a great time. Anyway, all right, we'll do this again tomorrow, Monday, 4 o'clock, Jason Walker Show. We are presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle, it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Talk soon. Have a great weekend.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.